to another exciting episode on Let's Talk Protocol. My name is Minabai Seibofa and I am the Chief of Protocol, Shieldfield Protocol Consultants Nigeria Limited. In our previous episode, we looked at the concept of protocol and who a protocol officer is. And in continuation with our series, today we'll be taking a look at the characteristics of protocol officer, the importance of a protocol officer, and some of the functions of a protocol officer. Now, if you are visiting this YouTube channel for the first time, please kindly subscribe and click on the notification button to get notified when a new episode drops. In our previous episode, we explained what a protocol officer is. We said he is a facilitator for the organization and is responsible for planning VIP visits, ceremonies, and meetings, and special events. This role requires a lot of skill to function effectively and efficiently. Let's take a look at some of the characteristics of a protocol officer. A protocol officer should be conversant with topical issues such as politics, international relations, climate change, economy, and so much more. You're not expected to be a guru in all of these subjects because that is not the subject area, but you should be conversant with topical issues because some of the business decisions your organization is going to make, your principal is going to make, and the contact is going to make, and the business is going to conduct may deal around some of these issues. And as a protocol officer, you should have an idea of some of these issues. The next characteristic of protocol officer is that he should be versatile and flexible to accommodate different circumstances as arise. The job of a protocol officer is a highly tasking one, and sometimes the plans you put in place don't go as planned. So when those plans don't go as planned, what next do you do? Your ability to be flexible, to adapt in every given situation at every point in time in order for that event to go successfully should be one of the characteristics of a protocol officer. They should be versatile and flexible to accommodate different circumstances. In fact, the rule of thumb for protocol officer is expect something different. Expect the worst to happen. Alright? They should be armed, of course, protocol officers should be armed with cross-cultural skills. That's they're studying the culture, customs and traditions, of other cultures, of other climates, of other countries, of other people that are not basically from your area, is a very, very high skill that a protocol officer should possess. You don't want to go to Saudi Arabia and behave differently. You don't want to go to China and behave differently. You don't want your boss to come to Nigeria, come to a particular part of Nigeria and behave differently, to be total disrespect for the host or for the guest or whichever the case may be. Protocol officers should be fluent in the language of communication. So whichever country you find yourself, you should be able to speak that language fluently. Of course, with global skills and globalization happening around, it is advised that protocol officer learns, an additional language. They should possess listening skills. One key skill of a protocol officer is the art of listening, because we, as protocol officers, are people who receive a lot of information, and when you receive such information and you are not able to translate that information into an actionable plan, it will not be good. So protocol officers should possess very great listening skills, and not just listening to your principal or your boss, but your ability to be able to relate with people, especially when people come to see your boss and they really want to see him and you are not permitted to allow nobody to see. Your ability to listen to them is also a great skill that will help a very, very good protocol officer. Of course, they should be creative, level headed, and have a taste of decency. Be creative. Protocol officers are always known as people who take the initiative. they are creative, they come out of every situation, irrespective of how tight it is and how very bad it is. All right, they're level-headed people. They are people who are down to earth. Now, when we say down to earth, are people who are not arrogant. They are people who are assertive. There are people who are they're not all yes people. They are firm and assertive, and they are not aggressive, right? Because they have a sense of decency. They are decent people, decent in their dress sense, decent in the style of communication, decent when it comes to ethics, right? They should have self-control. We speak with a lot of people. We speak with people from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and some persons may not be able to contain that. All right, so you should have be able to have self-control when people are going, especially when you encounter conflicts, especially when you encounter conflict. So one of these ways is being self-aware. When you're aware of yourself, when you're aware of the things that your capacity, your ability to control yourself is a very, very strong tool when it comes to being a protocol officer because we deal with people who might just do things that may not go our way. In fact, one of the biggest win of a protocol officer is the ability to control him or herself or themselves, even when they are faced with situations that will make them want to bust. All right, they should be goal oriented, dependable, and honest. Now, because protocol officers work very close with the principals, a lot of things go on that should be just for their eyes alone. They should be honest, they should be dependable, and they should be goal oriented. So if they set goals for the week, for the month, they should be able to go there, and achieve those goals. All right, okay. All these and many more are some of the characteristics of a protocol officer. Now, if you're just joining this broadcast, go ahead, click on the subscribe button, put on the notification so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. Okay, we've just taken a look at some of the characteristics of a protocol officer, and we said they should be conversant with topical issues such as politics, economy, climate change, and of course, of national interest within and outside the country of where he or she is. And that is why global events should interest protocol officers, irrespective of the country you find yourself, because you might not know where business will take your principal to. They should be versatile, they should be dexterous, they should be flexible to accommodate situations, to accommodate different circumstances when they arise. Of course, they should be handled cross-cultural skills. One of those skills is, of course, cultural intelligence, your ability to deal with people from different backgrounds without bringing your prejudices, ability to know this man is not from my culture and I respect him, yet I still make impact with him. That's what cultural intelligence is all about. So protocol officers are people who are built with such skills and such characteristics, cross-cultural skills, ability to relate with someone who is a Muslim from Saudi Arabia and someone who's a Buddhist or a monk from any other part of the country, yet respecting them and still achieving what we want to achieve. That is the characteristics of a protocol officer. They should be fluent in the language of communication, possess listening skill. It's a great skill. All right. Let's take a look at the functions of a protocol officer. Now, it is important to note that protocol officers are not errand boys. Sometimes they've been seen as errand boys. In fact, the principal duty of protocol officer is to plan, organize VIP visits, movement ceremonies, official visits, and special events in the organization. That is the focal duty of the protocol officer. So they are not just errand boys. However, as the time grows, the functions of protocol officers are beginning to expand. So they're not just limited to all of these talking about just VIP visits and alone and all the rest of why it is there. The functions are expanded every day, and protocol officers are empowering themselves to go beyond what their regular itinerary or what the regular job description is, to go into other areas that will benefit the organization and the principal. All right, there are key roles the protocol officer plays in any organizations. They include, but not limited to, the following: protocol officers research traditions and customs, that is, they research traditions. Protocol officers research traditions and customs. Now, I'm in Nigeria, so let me make international examples more often. Let me not, because I believe my audience is an international audience as well. Okay, so they research customs and traditions. So if you're visiting Nigeria for the first time, you should be able to meet me and ask me what is the expected norms. What is expected if I come to a Nigerian state? Nigeria has three major tribes: the Hausa, the Yoruba, the Igbo, and of course, we have other tribes as well. Of course, we have the Ijaws, we have the Sekiris, we have so many of them. Nigeria has over 250 ethnic groups and speaks about 400 languages, so it's a multicultural environment. Now you can imagine if you're coming to Nigeria and you don't have an idea of what to expect. And that is why protocol professionals are there to guide you. So protocol professionals research traditions and customs, and they help their principals, to understand basic things, so that when they come, issues are not going to be there. All right, they develop itineraries, agenda, and checklists. They arrange photo opportunities. They create suitable seating arrangements. Remember strategic seating arrangements. All right, they make and send invitations. They identify security risk and create safety plans. They model polite behaviors, tactfulness, and good manners. All right, so this is some of the functions of a protocol officer. Like I said, the functions of protocol officer are so much with the changing dynamics of the world. The functions are expanding day by day, but these are basic functions of the protocol officer. And of course, and that's according to Mr. Lambert General, who is the Chief Protocol and Information Officer by your state judiciary. And that is it on today's episode of Let's Talk Protocol. You can ask your questions in the comment sections, and before the next episode, I'll be able to answer your questions. It has been a great time. Remember, subscribe to this YouTube channel, Minabai Seibofa, and turn on the notification button to be the first to know when a new episode drops. Remember to follow Shieldfield on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter handles. And of course, on social media, Shaky Pro on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember to like our Facebook page, and of course, comment and share some of the things you have learned on this platform. Let's Talk Protocol. Until next time, come your way. Keep being a global citizen. Until then, bye bye.